Just want to make sure everything looks kosher. Yeah. Okay, so after listening to your recording and you telling me about what you struggled through in your relationship, cycles in the past, and I hope that you don't mind that I divulge a little bit of these details, just because of the fact that I'm posting this on my channel, and it's you already consented to the fact that I'm recording it and posting on my channel. I need the people who are also going to be watching this to kind of understand some of the contextual background that's going on here. So Anna's like struggling with some issues, or karmically she's experiencing very similar cycles over and over again, but she keeps kind of attracting these same archetypes, and she's feeling frustrated because she doesn't know if there's something about like maybe her that she needs to change, or if she's ready for something, or if because she's the people that she's like not into are people that aren't what she's like. How do I put this? She basically, I think, has a type that maybe she identifies isn't the best for her. That she also can't really, she feels like she can't really avoid. It's also like a compulsion to some extent. So I thought it would be a good idea to kind of talk about first what you have been experiencing, the dynamics that you don't like, and what those look like from like a really detailed standpoint. And then comparing that to like what the ideal situation would look like. And then also like not only looking at the differences in the people, but also yourself for the ways that you might be able to create your own goals for self-improvement. Because I don't want to sit here and be like, here's what you need to do to be a better person. Because I'm starting to learn, like that's very subjective. So I think that, everybody gets the freedom to decide where they do and do not really want to improve. And so I think it's still important for you to decide what you want to do for yourself. And that way, you are doing it with purpose and you do understand the consequence and everything is balanced. Okay, Jesus. Let me put on the ring. I think it's decently charged. And we will continue. I'll just put this here. Maybe we'll light some incense? Yeah, this is the last of the dragon's magic. So you could be pretty close to like purifying some karma from like your childhood, like what you were born into. Maybe check out your south node. You just growled at me? The dog just growled at me. He's a dragon. He does that. It's in his nature. I literally made a video about how I'm pretty certain that whatever man I end up like being with is gonna be like a force of nature, weapon of mass destruction, because like I am. So if you are someone who's coming into this, which makes a lot of sense, as like someone that has a lot of literal like force, maybe a lot of like fire sign placements. I'll be honest, I haven't looked at the birth chart that you sent me. I know you sent it, but I just wanted to do the reading. Honestly, astrology is something I'm just now getting into. I know I put it like as something that is on my bookings, and that's because I'm using this as an opportunity to gain those skills. So they're listed as like pretty cheap. They're like $25, and I break it down, and it's good for me to see like different combinations of different energies and stuff. So maybe I will look at it and just for the fucks of it, but it depends on how my time is looking and scheduling and everything, honestly speaking. But I'm picking up on a robust Queen of Wands. I'm picking up on a robust energy from you, like, and I know that to be true of you. And you guys might want to like, I don't know if I can shout you out on here. I probably shouldn't. Yeah, like it's very much jester energy. Like you're an entertainer naturally. People are drawn into you and your life and the rich environment that exists there. Like clearly that you have a lot to offer to anybody, and it would be good to be associated with you because maybe you have status that rubs off. and you have good character. Like, whatever your status is based in, like, some earthiness, something, like, comfortable. Like, hospitality, like, maybe you, like, are, like, really good at relaxing people in some way. That sounds sexual, but I think that maybe it is. Like, not exclusively, but I do think that you're relaxing. So maybe you attract a lot of tense people. Maybe the reason why you've had to learn how to relax people is because you grew up in environments where there are people that needed to be relaxed. So you know how to calm. Like, maybe some of your, like, superpowers are related to, like, I swear to you, I used to work at a daycare in a 2-year-old classroom, and I could put babies to sleep so fast. I literally rub their backs in, like, this circular motion, and I literally think about, like calm thoughts, like, sleepy thoughts, kind of, like, they literally knock out. They do. Man, I kind of missed that job. It was cool. And then some of them don't like circles. Some of them like to be, like, padded. Like, they like different. I also enjoy just understanding how to meet needs and then being able to meet the need. Especially, like, in situations when the need that needed to be seen was hard to see. And I could see it even though it was disguised, you know? Because if you're dealing with alligators... You know, you don't look at an alligator and think, oh, this is a thing that's sensitive. You don't even see any soft spots on this guy because he's covered in scales and got teeth and does a death roll. So, Death Row Records. You know, I think you're a beast tamer, maybe. And this is something that you maybe just need to... Not that you need to accept being treated poorly under any circumstance. You should always be able to set boundaries for yourself. But this kind of reminds me of myself in the way that I attract a lot of these, like, you know, Edward Bella dynamics, where there's an identification of darkness within both people. Like an inclination towards dark things, or like, and that kind of being kind of natural to both of, or like necessary, either natural or necessary in some way. So what I think I mean to say it in saying that is that this first energy that I'm describing is something that you were never going to be able to avoid from this specific life's karma. Like, you came into this life predisposed to certain kinds of relationships, and now that you've experienced it, you know that you don't like it or want to repeat it. So you have the opportunity to kind of, if you had the chance to change your fate, would you? Brave. It kind of feels like that shit, bro. Yeah. Yeah, man. For real. That's so funny. Okay, let me focus and calm down, because I feel all dizzy in my head now. Okay, so let's talk about Anne's placement number 1 is intention. And what was Anne's intention? 3 of Swords, Anne's resources, 2 of Wands in reverse, Anne's strategy, Queen of Wands, big sexy, and 4 of Wands in reverse. So you're, like, sexy in a way that, like, not a lot of people are sexy. So, like, you're cool sexy, or like individual sexy, or like badass sexy kind of thing. Like, people like you, like, you're a real status symbol. Like, maybe like a special find, you know? Like, you might attract pigs, but you also maybe attract, like, really dude, you're just like me. Okay. You might attract like controlling type people. People who keep secrets have double lives. Because you also do, because you perform. So you have this internal world and you have your external world, and you have to like admit that about yourself so that you can understand that you're gonna keep attracting that for as long as that's true about yourself. And you may never actually be able to change that about yourself. So be realistic about like, you know, what you're dealing with here, because you may have some kind of background that has you naturally predisposed to like a, you know, joker, kind of like multiple different selves, or like a heightened sense of self or something like that. And like, you know, your personality is entirely like solved by the time you're like 7 years old, psychologically speaking. So you can't change who you are, you know. And it kind of seems like that's who you're coming into this first arc of relationships with. Like, you really just kind of are who you are, and you're like raw natural essence vibe, and you attract these situations where you're in a position to be like kind of masochistic, maybe even, because there is like maybe this idea that you could see ahead to know that you were going to be in some kind of pain. Like, you kind of did know that that was going to happen, or you could have been able to guess, or like maybe you should have been able. I don't want to like victim blame here, so please don't like interpret it that way, please. God, don't interpret it that way. But you know, it kind of seems like you know what you're doing a little bit here at the same time, whether or not you're able to control yourself from doing it, because that really seems like the thing here with the Queen of Wands energy, is this raw ball of like fire energy that you kind of are just going to where your desires are taking you, and that causes you to make or take actions or not take actions that put you in positions to like feel pain. My dog just rolled. He just rolled. Okay, let's talk about your person. Let's just flip into their intentions. So the people that Anne's attracting, what are they all about? What are their intentions? I'm hearing it. I'm a money getter. Your bitch is a pussy popper. Okay, we have, that's Chief Keef, and he's a thought breaker. We love thought breaker. This reminds me of my first, this reminds me of the person that I lost my virginity. Because he really liked Chief Keef. Yeah. And he was a real deal narcissist. He was a Virgo. But that's what I'm getting here, you know? It's like, we are kind of the same. Two of the same, and that kind of contributes to a compatibility, but also an incompatibility. What is their resources? Nine of Swords and the Emperor. Man, this looks like kind of insecure masculinity coming out with the Queen of Swords. Damn. Okay. And then sorry, I don't mean to laugh at these guys, but I mean, I'm assuming that they're guys. I know that they're guys. You told me that they're guys, so they're guys. And what's their strategy? The aftermath? Oh, shit. It's no good. That's no good. Okay, so I feel like these people were coming from, like, very similar backgrounds, kind of to you, perhaps, but reacting to it from a more sadistic perspective. Like, these are people who want to displace their pain in the world because they have had it. These are kind of like broken people, so they're attracted to your light. You see that? I'm hearing Ordinary People by John Legend playing in my head right now. So I hope that this isn't coming from like a judgmental place. But these are people who are struggling to generate their own source of light in their life. Like, you might have, you know, you might be the Joker, but you're putting on the paint, you know? These people have lost the joy of the life. So they might seek to deprive you of it. Especially if they can't figure out how to create it on their own. And that would bother them. Because that would mean that maybe your skills even go beyond theirs, and then they're like, well, then what's my position of authority in this relationship if I am not, you know, the main character? And then that triggers their childhood insecurities about their worth and makes them want to manipulate the situation so that they can validate their worth. But that's dark manipulation and involves often maybe even deceit or informality, infidelity, etc., etc. Let's get into your insanity. I shake it off. 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 What is Anne's insanity? Hangman in reverse. It's the fact that you have to like change your philosophy. My dog literally just shook it off. Shook it. Shook it off. What's Anne's weakness? Dude, you're moving around a lot. 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, your passivity came out really quickly. So that's the thing about you. You might be more submissive. And you might need to work on embodying more dominance in the social areas of your life. Because I think that maybe you're kind of comfortable with being disrespected. That's like your insanity is. In the past, you're like, I hope for an ideal relationship, but I have to just completely trust you to give me that. So I really wouldn't be surprised if you had parents that neglected your childhood needs in a way that you didn't feel comfortable speaking out against without losing your security. Like home. Like me, my mom kicked me out, you know? Or she would like starve me out. She got mad at me. So, you know, real shit. Or, you know, genuinely beat the crap out of me. That also happened. So that's the kind of like, what's so funny? Yeah, I know you guys hate that shit when I speak about real shit that happened to me when I was a child. But, you know, it did happen. So maybe you weren't even allowed to like speak up about things also. So you're coming into relationships like hoping to be seen without actually, or heard without speaking up. Or working on like not doing that in new energies. We're talking mostly about the past in this part though. Okay, so the people that Anne was attracting, that archetype, what's their insanity? Seven of Swords. I'm hearing 21 Pilots in my head right now. On the Run and Go. King of Wands. I can take them on my own. My own. I don't even know the words. You'll just have to hear my struggles from 7 years away. But tonight, I need you to stay. So these are performers too, but their performance, yeah, King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Their performance is like, I don't know. I think it's, I don't know. What is that? Why is it on the opposite side? What is that? Because you guys are the same, but you're different also. I don't know. Like, if you're a masochist, obviously these are sadists because you mentioned domestic violence. So there's maybe just a difference in ability. Hold on, man. What I am also noticing, this King of Wands is in reverse, this Queen of Wands is upright. So you are the same, but there's still something there. Like, maybe it's willingness to improve. Like, once again, we talked about, like, the difference being that you have the ability to intrinsically generate light, and these people struggle to. So if they've given up on creating light, then yeah, man, they might be sold. Then yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know that these types of people, like, you can do anything with this. Like, seriously. Because it feels like as soon as you kind of come into contact with this, you automatically default into the submission to it because of how you're naturally predisposed to, like, submitting to this kind of energy. Like, really highlights any father wounds that you have, especially. All right, what's Anne's weakness? The world. Oh, fuck. Damn. I wasn't supposed to say that. Sorry. Okay, the person that Anne was attracting, their weakness. Queen of Cups. Wow, feelings. Okay, and then what's their passivity? Strength in reverse. So yeah, they're passive about enforcing dominance over their lower natures, which they could do better if they were more willing to feel their feelings and go to deeper depths emotionally to know themselves and find that treasure that allows them to act with that authority. But they don't even have the crown for real because they won't even go down there to get it. They don't want to look at themselves most of the time. And especially because I think they already know what they've done to maybe even, like, hurt other people. And then if they struggle to see that, then they especially can't generate any more light. Like, they won't until they struggle. Until they fully accept what they've done, they will continue to kind of, like, live in that lie. Which they don't really have to, honestly. If these people were to just be like, man, like, I've really done some really fucked up shit, but I can stop and I can be a good person, and they would do whatever they needed to do to, like, rehabilitate themselves, then they could come into, like, this King of Cups energy to be able to process their emotions and, you know, be more balanced and just, like, heal. But I don't know that most of these people will do that, honestly speaking. Because they don't really seem, at this point in time, like, they're very motivated. Okay. So let's talk about future energy. Damn, the ring is slipping off, so let's just put it over here. Oh, damn. This is also, like, one of my rings. It lets me know, like, if it comes off when I'm out in the world, I need to, like, beware of someone trying to kill me. It's the 8-ball, so it's like someone's trying to sink me. So it's slipping off when I got to the end of this reading. Like, if you stick with a person like this, she'll probably die. Just saying. Or someone in that archetype, you know, like, different degrees, but I've experienced energies like what you've described, and you can definitely see how things can escalate through submission. So, okay, let's cleanse the deck. Angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, please help me to channel a clear and accurate message for Anne about her ideal relationship or higher manifestations in love and life, and how she can reach them. Please help me to deliver this message in the way that she needs to hear it in order for it to have the impact that it's meant to. Awesome sauce. Abraham DeLacy. Giuseppe Casey. Thomas O'Malley. O'Malley the alley cat. Hey, that's crazy. And you came in right as we transitioned into the positive energy. That is so crazy. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Aristocrats, but that is literally. I love that you're here. That's awesome. I love that you're here. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm thinking about that movie. When the alley cat comes in and helps the fancy cat get her little babies to where they need to go. That was a movie I watched on VHS with my mom, and it was cool because it was like this fantasy where like my mom had like kids and she was a single mom of like 4, and we all just like enjoyed this idea of like her eventually meeting this person that was gonna be like awesome, and then we were gonna all be like, wow. So yeah, that's like moving into this energy of ideal, like dream on kind of energy. So whatever your fantasies, ideas are of an ideal masculine energy, continue to believe that that is out there and that you're like moving into alignment with it. Like, I don't think that you're out of alignment with anything. I was just talking before you got into this like live about what the significance was of the past version of yourself and how you were naturally going to be predisposed to attracting a certain kind of energy just because it was the only thing you knew to attract. Like, you weren't going to be able to even like fathom anything beyond that because of what you were predisposed to. So you had to get through that first. But it's like, you know, now that your algorithm is built, you're going to have the ability to spot new opportunities and actually be deserving of them because of the karma that you've like worked through about who you want to be, who you don't want to be, what you will accept, what you don't want to accept. Like, these are all necessary and beneficial experiences for you in the development of your identity. And as a leader in the world amongst other people who are also going to experience and have experienced very similar hardships. So you needed to have this, not even just for yourself, but for people who are going to be inspired by you and like walk in similar footsteps and maybe need a little bit of shelter in a storm. Like, your ability to empathize with this kind of like force or whatever, it's like integral to your character in some kind of way. And I was talking about you as a performer, and I feel like there's something maybe about your performance that is valuable or related to this experience. Maybe in terms of your ability to heal it, because that Aries energy exists in my 8th house, and we just came through an Aries full moon, which was really chaotic for me. I just got my period after it. Like, it's been, you know, like for me it's been crazy. A lot of like triggering experiences that remind me of where I come from, kind of. So, you know, it's because we're tying up those loose ends, and that's like the whole energy of today for me particularly, is just like putting all my ducks in a row, getting everything squared away, and moving into like closing out everything I said I was gonna do, moving into everything I need to do next after I finish what I said I was gonna do. And it feels like moving into a karmic culmination. This is the last major arcana in the tarot deck. 10 of Wands in reverse. So whatever burdens you were carrying, whatever baggage you were carrying, your guardian angels are coming in to help you kind of like moderate the energy that you were experiencing. Like healing your inner child and giving you victory over the situations that you were meant to learn from. So like, yeah, you were going through the shit of it, but it was never meant to like do anything but give you a sense of dominance over your own internal world and knowing how to navigate situations in which you feel like you're in scarcity or lack. It was really more of an opportunity if you can see it that way. But let's get into like, once again, the ideal relationship. So that way you might have a good understanding of what you're meant to be looking for. Because like, there is this idea that maybe what you're looking for is closer than what you understand. Okay, so new energy, upcoming energy for Anne. What intention is she moving into this ideal relationship with? What intention is Anne moving into this ideal relationship with? Page of Wands, creative guy. Two of Pentacles in reverse. I'll show you it upright. What are her resources? Knight of Cups. And what's her strategy? Ace of Wands. So the really cool thing about you is you're not scared to take risks and try new things and make gestures towards other people, and start like relationships. Like that doesn't seem like it's a difficult thing for you to do. And the more comfortable you get and having those like one-off relationships, or like you're kind of like getting used to juggling social experiences. If in any way you were afraid to navigate those depths, it seems like the more you practice, the better you get. And so now you're able to kind of generate satisfaction out of any experience you decide to have satisfaction in, which is part of the reason why your energy is so attractive, is because you've already decided before you even like shown up that you were going to have a good time, kind of a thing. And you are once again the performer, or you're bringing the energy, you're bringing the inspiration, you're keeping the energy moving. You know how to like bend the knee to people when you need to bend the knee to people to show like respect for maybe what they bring to the table creatively, artistically. People like to have you around because you can see them for the way that they want to be seen. You know, like because it feels like if you are like different and eclectic, like you are like a rare item here, then other people in that energy enjoy having their status reflected in their association to you. I don't know if I said it right the first time. All right, so let's talk about your people, like the ideal matchup. What's their intentions moving towards you? Four of Swords. Very, very chill, very calm. What are their resources? Five of Swords in reverse. And their strategy? Four of Wands in reverse. So these are people who are probably a part of your community. Even if they're not like directly related to you, I think that you get a lot of attracted, like you get suitors from people who are a part of the spaces that you're in, that get to watch you kind of like from the side, and they like to be aware of what you have going on. I think that these people are maybe not as fun, or like they want to have more fun. Like these, like I don't know, these people have an internal party, and it seems like you're having an external party. So they're happy too, like just as happy as you, and everybody, like you're in this ideal relationship, you're both independently stable, but maybe you're more active in your energy than they are. This is someone who doesn't really probably desire a lot of social interaction. Like maybe like a man or woman of few words. Well, and like you kind of are the one that brings that pop. Yeah, like they would value you for like the sprinkles that you sprinkle. Like you're like the fairy, you're like a Tinkerbell kind of a thing. You're like a good luck charm. Because they're a little more like, I don't want to say gray, but they're more concrete. And you would value them for their mountainous stability, you know? Like, you would be able to rely on this person. Like, just ring the bell, and I'll raise the dead for you, kind of. This is a very loyal energy. Like, this, once this energy has observed you from above or afar for long enough and decides that it likes you, it just kind of stays around and, like, lingers, maybe like a ghost. Because it's dead. Like, it's... so so this is like someone who would haunt you. Like, this would get, like, if you need the stalker, like, watching you, possessive energy, and that's what you desire in a relationship, because that's also what attracts you because of your background, this is someone who can give you that in a stable way. Like, yes, they're gonna, like, stalk you, yes, they're gonna watch you, but they're also gonna be respectful about it. And this is, you're attracting chivalry, because you're also showing, like, you're demonstrating to this person through their observation of you that you're capable of being loyal. So that would be a prerequisite of your energy. Like, you would need to be someone that appears trustworthy, which occasionally people could be confused about you because of how party or, like, fun or whatever you are. People could wonder if, like, your social life and how vibrant it is an indication of your lack of trustworthiness. But that mostly is, like, there are insecurities, if that's the case. Like, in this situation, if that is a trigger, it's not because this isn't imbalanced, it's just because you both are still human beings with childhood wounding. Okay. So, in this ideal situation, you will still have weaknesses. So, what is Anne's insanity? Ouchies, my arm hurts. Who's doing that to me? Please stop. Okay, okay, I know what this is. I think you're gonna have haters. Like, if you come in, when you come into your ideal relationship, it feels like there's people on the outside that don't really, you know, agree or like it or something. Or there's, like, jealousy or just, like, evil eye. So, because my eczema spot just, like, started hurting, like, intensely. Out of nowhere. Strength in reverse. Disloyalty. No! We have, weakness is the Four of Cups. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, there could be a distractibility about you, maybe perhaps, or an indecision about you. Like, you mentioned, struggling to commit in relationships, so what's Anne's passivity? Five of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. So, this feels like trust issues. I thought it was loyalty, but it's not loyalty, it's trust issues. So I think that's what it is. Like, I mentioned that I think people are somehow distrustful of you. It's not that you're disloyal. I think that you don't place deep roots. So there is no real disloyalty. I mean, like, I don't think that you're really, like, I think that you're having impactful relationships with people, but I don't know that you're really committing to these people. So you're able to, like, manage this detachment because you fostered it out of necessity. So you're kind of rocky on the inside. That's kind of what it seems like. You may not even, like, have a desire to take advantage of all the opportunities that you can clearly see in front of you. And that's totally cool and fine, because it kind of seems like you're having a lot of fun on your own. Like, there's more on top than there is down here. And it feels like you're doing pretty okay. So, I don't know if you have a lot to worry about in your weakness, because your weakness kind of seems like it's strengthening you right now. Like, you have an opportunity to conserve your resources and then just invest them towards what makes you happy, which feels like part of the healing that you need after giving to a relationship where you were all of the light and the other person had nothing to offer. So, right on, brother. Keep on ahead. Let's talk about your person's, like, your ideal person, what their weaknesses and insanities might be. Keep on trucking, brother. don't know why I feel like I need to shuffle so much, but I do. All of a sudden. Okay, yeah. So you're probably dealing with some people who like have a difficult time also making choices. Like they have a whole deck to choose from. Like this could be like Tinder, or like, you know, like you're just like swiping through them. Or this is money. Like their weaknesses could be in money. Their let's pull the goddamn cards. What is their insanity? What's their insanity? Yeah, okay, we have. Am I the goat or am I the goat? We have a philanderer and we have perhaps a trick. I don't know. We have some tricks here. And we also have some playboys. I don't know that that's all bad. I don't know that that's all bad. That kind of seems fun. For you. Yeah, it kind of seems like you're attracting people that once they meet you, they just want to continue to invest because they understand the value of what they're getting in return from you. Like emotionally, you're in essence. Because you have a lot of like essence and happiness. Their weakness is that they struggle to source it for themselves. Once again, you're still kind of attracting these people who are like a little dead on the inside. And I think that's because maybe you're a little dead on the inside. So that kind of seems like a proper match. But I think once again that maybe just be part of your purpose in the world is to bring light. Like you're carrying the torch here for people to follow. So these people could submit to your light and want to just like reciprocate to you in exchange for it. And that kind of reminds me of like the idea of these traditional like more trad like relationships. And that could be part of this person's energy towards you. They could like want to domesticate you. This like ideal person is like, because you're looking like treasure, like you're the one to, like this is someone who in their higher energy is gonna want to like shower you with gifts, celebrate you, reciprocate you. In return, they're probably pretty sexual though. And that might not be something that you immediately know about this person. They could be pretty like cool about their like gator beast or something. But once again, you know how to tame beasts because of what you've been through in the past. So you know what beasts are like and how to handle beasts. So you know how to handle this person. This is someone who could have been a beast before. And is like, once again, holding back. Like there's another self that they've buried. And like they're reformed in some kind of way. In the same way that you've reformed after like you've invested in yourself over whatever period of time. Yeah, I feel like you guys come from like the same darkness. Like you could. Okay, what's their passivity? What's their reluctance? Oh, well, it's a lot of passivity. Okay, so yeah, this could be a situation that, you know, you're not maybe as close to this ideal. Maybe this is like a little farther off. Or at least there's like stuff to be done. Significant stuff, because I could read all these cards right now, but I don't really want to. So let's just get one, please. Ace of Cups. Yeah, so they have to embark on a spiritual awakening in some kind of way. Like their passivity is whatever advancement they have yet to accomplish that puts them in this more at peace state so that you can handle them. Like right now, that maybe they're still bucking wild and free. because they still have that nature, and they need to, like, you know, they need to, like, exhaust that. Because you wouldn't like this person if they weren't submitting to you, you know, as the torch carrier. If they were taking out the responsibility of lighting their own torch, or like getting their torch lit everywhere else, you know, like once they assign you as the torch holder, they're just gonna keep lighting their torch with you. So, you know, you're gonna want to wait for the person that's willing to do that, and I think that's worth it, like for the result, because it seems like a really good result. But that, yeah, like, could take time, 10 of Wands, and patience, Page of Pentacles, because you likely have a lot more experiences in between complete alignment with that person. So let's talk about purpose and consequence. Purpose, change your tune and focus. And consequence, abundance. Yeah. So let's talk about the consequence first. Once you kind of like release these blocks, whatever they are for you, and you'll discover them naturally as you progress forward in the way that you feel naturally that you should, because you're already being divinely guided through your life naturally. It's getting a little dark in here. Sorry, guys. You're gonna find the abundance that goddamn, what's going on back there? Shit. You're gonna find what you need out of the situation, and you're gonna be happy, and you're gonna feel stable, because this is root chakra energy. So everything is going to ground. That's the consequence of your development at this time, and all of the work that you're doing towards understanding yourself better, because this guy's working in the dark. Whoa, 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 whoa. The purpose is change your tune and focus. These both came out in the reverse, so there could be a lot more about yourself, like changing your vibration, your pitch, so that you can send out that signal, so that this person will know that they need to light their torch with you, kind of a thing. And that's just you working on you, becoming the version of you that you think that is best, and like really fully curating yourself to be the awesome self that you're meant to be. It's like fulfilling your destiny energy is really what you're meant to be focusing on primarily, because your person is they're aligned with your destiny, so you'll find them on that path. Okay, that's what I have, and I hope that helps you, man. I hope that gave you everything you needed. Thank you so much for trusting me to be in your energy, and I will talk to you later.